Hello, 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 my friends, and welcome. Why am I singing? Hello, everyone. Welcome to Studio de Jeffrey. That would mean the studio of Jeff. At least that's my translation. I'm Jeff Cavanaugh. Hello. I just want to hang out and do some cowboy drafting because I got some time today. Did some yard work. Got a big Mavs game coming up a little bit later, but why not? It's draft week. Maybe. Does the week start on Monday or Sunday? I don't know. I don't know if a week starts on Monday or Sunday. But regardless, let me tell you that this presentation is brought to you by my friends at BetOnline, your number one source for all your summer sports this season. MLB, golf, NBA, NHL playoffs, all those things, all the latest stats, news, and scores available to follow your favorite teams. Latest odds and lines, latest team matchups, player props, odds on just about every sport out there. You can use the website or the mobile device, BetOnline, where the game starts. The work week starts on Monday, but is that when the week starts? We team captain trade down. Yes, we're team captain trade down. I don't know if you guys saw the Stephen Jones quotes this week. Oh, look at KG coming in strong in the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate you, my friend. Stephen Jones, we trading down this mock? I didn't say I was mock drafting. I didn't say we were doing that. Before we get going, who's your favorite player in this draft, regardless of position? God, that's tough. I love Malik Neighbors. I don't have a pet cat in this one. I don't think. But I like all sorts of guys. You know who I really like? The Yukon guard, Christian Haynes. I really like him. Nice to see you this fine day. Hello, everyone. How much money and butt kissing for a mock draft? $6 million. I can do a mock draft. I don't care. We can always do a mock draft. I'll tell you what I think is interesting. You love those wide receivers. I do. I always love wide receivers. I played it once upon a time when I had body parts that worked. This is a draft chat. Did I make a typo? Draft chat. Cowboys Live draft chat. No, I didn't make a typo. Mock draft. Everybody loves mock drafts. Effing mock draft. Okay, so here's the thing. If we're going to do a mock draft, what's really jamming me up is Stephen Jones talking about what they want to do defensively with I did play slot C Nicks, even though I am 6'3". I'm just skinny. I'm skinny fat now, but they're talking about how they want to play 3 linebackers instead of 3 safeties, and they're talking about how they want to be bigger and stronger on the interior. And I'm sitting here going, yeah, but y'all didn't sign anybody to do that stuff. So, like, you can talk about how we're going to be bigger and stronger in the interior, but with whom? And you could talk about how you're going to play 3 linebackers, but first of all, that doesn't happen in today's NFL. People don't do that. You play with 2 linebackers. It's just what you do. If you play 3 linebackers, that means that you're playing with 7 in your front 7. That means that you're playing 4 defensive backs. And that means that every team who's playing with 3 wide receivers or more, you don't have enough guys to cover. So that's not even true. KG, because you are like the guy. You have a lot of knowledge, and we like to hear the whys. I don't even know what that was in reference to, but thank you, KG. Yeah, Stephen Jones just be talking. And it does make one name relevant, I think, because what I was looking for is, okay, you say you want to be bigger and stronger in the interior. Cool. How are we going to do that? It's not a great draft for the big defensive tackles. You know who I think may come into play is a Cowboys Blue Star special, Tavondre Sweat, who got a DWI, last week, like right before the draft. And his draft guide from Dane Brugler, I don't have it pulled up, but I believe there's a bunch of stuff where it's like, yeah, not the most serious guy. He might be in free fall mode. So that might be a pick that you can make later in the draft now. I don't know. Is Micah playing more linebacker? And if so, could Latu be a good pickup? He's supposed to go before the Cowboys pick at the end of the day. And maybe that's it. Maybe they're going to say that Micah's a linebacker. They're going to say they're playing with 3 linebackers and pretend that he's one, even though he's going to be playing on the edge. And then there's 2 linebackers plus him. Maybe. Sweat might fall to the 3rd. Sweat might fall further than that. But yeah, Cowboys, you might be able to pick Tavondre Sweat in the 3rd round. and you're just hoping that Mozzie Smith is going to be a better player than he was a year ago, which is natural. That happens. The closer you are to the football in the NFL, usually the harder the transition is. But he's also having surgery, and he was the wrong weight last year, and there's a lot of stuff going on. And so what are they going to do at defensive tackle? I don't know. How about an all fatty mock? How they do that is Mozzie from the so they're going to bank on the fact that Mozzie is going to be a better player, a good player. They're going to bank on that. And that's tough. Like, I don't write guys off after rookie year. Like, Mozzie can't be a bust yet. I don't quit on Mozzie, but the idea that he's going to take a giant leap when he can't even work this offseason because he's recovering from shoulder surgery seems a little optimistic, doesn't it? A little optimistic. Okay, let me see. I think I could do a mock draft. Let me see. I need to open a window. I need to move it over here. Anybody who's listening to this later in audio format, I feel sorry for you because I'm just doing stuff. Well, no, I won't put this as audio format, so don't worry about it. Okay, so I have that window open. How do I do that on here? I know how to do it in the other place, but I'm not doing the other place. What is this? No. You guys, this is live coverage of Jeff trying to fart around and see how can I show a browser in the layout. I don't know if I can. I don't know how. Guys, I don't know how to do it. I could do a mock draft, but you wouldn't be able to see it because I'm too stupid to do it. Standback was saying he spoke to some guys and that Zimmer was going to play more of a base 3-4. Does that change any accounting of needs? It doesn't. There's the thing that drives me nuts about the NFL is there's no such thing as a 3-4. It's not a thing. Nobody plays a 4-3 or a 3-4 because everybody plays nickel. Everybody plays a 4-2 because you have to have 5 DBs on the field. I guess in theory, you could, even if they say they're running a 3-4, what that really is 3 bigs. Micah would be called a linebacker, but still play on the edge, and you just say that's a linebacker. So now you have 3 down linemen. He's your first linebacker down, and you're not going to have 3 more linebackers behind him because teams just don't play that way. They don't do it. What simulator would you say is the most accurate? I don't know. I've just been using the Pro Football Focus simulator. If I do a draft simulator, I don't know which one's most accurate because I haven't really looked around to try to see. What is this? What's this button? You better believe I'm still clicking around on buttons to see if I can pull up a browser settings. No, go back. New layout? What would be a new layout? Oh, no, that would be to add a graphic of some sort. Like this looks like it would be it. Plus shift, plus 5. No, not that. I don't want that. I want a browser. Sorry, guys. I'll do a mock draft. You just won't be able to see it. Let's mock draft. Chances are that a corner is the highest rated player on the board at 24. I wouldn't hate the pick. Yeah, and who's that corner? Are we talking about the Great White Hype, or are we talking about Kool-Aid? Kool-Aid McKinstry is a good player. I really like him. Like, he's not. The draft is funny because Kool-Aid is not the most toolsy. Like, he's not the most premier athlete, but boy, he is so solid and so effing smart. Mock draft simulator. I'm sorry that you guys aren't going to be able to see it. We'll go little public board randomness there. Sure. How many rounds am I going? I'll hit 4 just in case I trade down. How about that? Cowboys, enter draft, and go. Okay, so I'm mock drafting even though you guys can't see it. Jeff, you're my favorite draft analyst and mental health champion. Thanks for all your work on the draft. You're welcome. You not a Dijon guy? Yes, I am. I need that man in my life. We need a white corner. We're underrepresented out here. It's messed up. Okay, so in this wild ass draft, And this one is wild ass, which I appreciate because it's way different. So in this wild ass draft, the guys who are available at number 24 include Jerzon Newton, the defensive tackle out of Illinois, Amarius Mims, the offensive tackle out of Georgia. Brian Thomas made it to number 24, LSU wide receiver, which if that happened, I would take him. Kool-Aid's here. All of the centers are here? Nope, Graham Barton's gone. So if you guys know me, you know that I'm trading down, right? Zach Frazier, Jordan Morgan, Tyler Guyton. There's a lot of guys available. Trade options are we can go to 27, 37, 46, or 54. Let's see. If I go to the Cardinals at 27, what else do they have? I'm moving down 3 spots, and I'm asking for the 90th pick in return. Oh, yeah, they say that's a no-problem trade. 71 is probably a no-go. What if I give you one back? I want 27 and 71. How about this? Ooh, that trade will be accepted. Hold on. I'm farting around with all their picks. I could get 27, 66 for 24 and 87. What about another pick? Ha! All right, let's have so much fun. I could go, that doesn't add me a pick. Yeah, it does, but it's the 104th pick. What about the 90th pick? Can I get 90? Nope. I'm trying to do way too much over here right now. But I could trade 24 and 87 and get back 27, 66, and 104, which 32, 90, is that a third or a fourth round pick? I mean, I get to use it in this mock. Let's see. We're going to offer the trade. We traded. We're going to pick 27th instead of 24th. Guys that went, Jerzon Newton, Brian Thomas, and Nate Wiggins. So what I'm going to do, JPJ is there, Vance. Yes. But what I'm going to do is at 27, after trading down, I'm going to pick Amarius Mims, the Georgia tackle. He's so fun. He only played 8 college games, but boy, he is a big, strong, fluid-moving dude. We're going to do it. We're taking Amarius Mims at number 27. Now we're going to go find a center. Or, I hate drafting for need. Oh, my God, I hate drafting for need. You got a lot of different options here. Do I have trade options? Hell yeah, I got trade options. That's doing too much, though. Jonathan Brooks on the board. You want to be a realistic Cowboys draft? I could take Jonathan Brooks right now. Chris Jenkins, the D tackle at Michigan. Edgerrin Cooper, A&M linebacker. Malachi Corley, wide receiver, Western Kentucky. Christian Haynes, the guard at Connecticut, who I love, and I would play at center, I think. He took some center snaps at the Senior Bowl. I don't want to pick a running back in the second round. So I would take Malachi Corley or Christian Haynes or Edgerrin Cooper. I really don't. I would rather pick an offensive lineman than a linebacker with a second round pick or a wide receiver. Cooper's a fun player, though. He's a good player. I'll let the crowd decide. Do you guys want fake Deebo Samuel? That's Malachi Corley, Western Kentucky receiver. What they do is they just give him the ball and then he goes zoom, 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 and he breaks tackles and he does fun stuff. Edgerrin Cooper just flies around in the backfield and makes a bunch of plays. And Christian Haynes was a guard at Connecticut that I'm going to play at center that I really, really like. We need edge. That's the problem is they need lots of things. They need way more things than we're going to be able to pick. So we just got to do the best we can do. That's what we got to do. We got to do the best we can do. Double dip O-line. All right, we're fixing the O-line. I'm taking the center, Christian Haynes. I love how next to the Cowboys on here it lists needs, running back, wide receiver, tackle, center, D-line, linebacker, corner. It lists basically everything. Oh, and because we're at 66, because we traded down, guess who we can still pick? We can pick Edgerrin Cooper. Or we could pick Junior Colson. They're both available. Or we could pick Trey Benson, the running back. You guys want to take the running back? It'd be a very need-centric draft, but it would also be kind of fun. Edgerrin Cooper, Junior Colson, Trey Benson. These are our options. Unless you guys want to get real wild and take Spencer Rattler. and take a quarterback. Trade back to 34 and get the center from West Virginia. Love you, Jeff, from Tony. Thank you, Mr. Super Chat. Yeah, Zach Frazier's a nice center, too. I like that I've found Christian Haynes, thanks to Jordan Reed at ESPN. He put him on my radar. He's a UConn guard. Because now I'm up to 4 guys that I like at center that I think could start for the Cowboys. Need D-line more than linebacker? Yeah, but who are we picking on the D-line? We could take Brandon Dorless out of Oregon, but he's a small defensive tackle. And if the goal is to get big at defensive tackle, he ain't going to help us there. But we do have Jalen Wright, the Tennessee running back, who's a big play waiting to happen. We got Trey Benson, the Florida State running back. When's my next pick? I'm at 66. And I'm at, the 104, which did I pick? I picked 4 rounds, so we will make that pick. Let's take our running back. Why not? We are going to take Trey Benson. Would I take Trey Benson over a D lineman or no, probably not, but let's have some fun. Let's do like what the Cowboys might do. Trey Benson. And at pick 104, our extra pick, the Cowboys select. Can I find people? Oh, Tavondre Sweat. How about that? Bam. There. It's only a 4-rounder. But here's our haul. We drafted Amarius Mims, Christian Haynes. So we got our left tackle, our center, our running back, and a big boy. Now, are all of these picks going to work out and be studs? No. But we can hope. And I'm going to save the picture just to show people what we've done today. Save. Mock 421. Save. Amarius Mims, Christian Haynes, Trey Benson, Tavondre Sweat. And then we'll throw random linebackers in later rounds, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Machota going to run and kiss you for that Ben's pick. Yeah, the great John Machota, Cowboys beat writer, is a Florida State man. I love John Machota. He's a good friend. Wonderful man. Patrick Walker saying we're moving more to a 3-4 base. That's fine. That's fine. But 3-4 isn't the word that matters. The word that matters is 1 or 2 gap because there is no 4-3 or 3-4. They're not real anymore. But if you're telling me that they are going to move to more of a 2-gap defense, then yeah, we need defensive ends that are 280 pounds. We need big old D tackles. And maybe that means that Chauncey Golston could be one of your ends that plays some of those snaps. And that makes Osa kind of an end. And then you just need one nose. That might make this a little bit more feasible to try to figure out how this defense works. That I'm really just looking for more 280-pound men instead of gigantor defensive tackles. D-Law and Osa are 5 techniques. Yeah, you can play D-Law as a 2-gapping end. You could play Osa as a 2-gapping end for sure. And then you just need an anchor in the middle. And then you have Micah standing up outside there and you're partying. That makes a little bit of sense. That would be fun. What else are we doing today? Yeah, so we got a lot of stuff we got to do for the Dallas Cowboys, right? We got a lot of stuff we got to do. We need help with edge depth. We desperately need help with interior depth and maybe a starter. We need linebackers that can play NFL football. We need a left tackle. We need a center. We need a running back. I really would like a second or third wide receiver. Darius Robinson is the next Eric Armstead. Yeah, you could do Darius Robinson. That would fit. He could play a 5 technique, faux show. We could do some of that. If Penix and or Nix is available for a team in need of a quarterback, would you be willing to trade from 24 to, say, the 44 and pick up an extra 4th rounder and a 1 next year, sort of like an 04 with the Bills? Absolutely. Yeah, I think this is a wonderful draft to move back, especially for a team that needs so many dang things. Could we see Micah Moore at linebacker for Zim's AA gap mug looks? Sure. As long as he's moving forward most of the time and not backward, I'm fine with that. We fine with that. Micah can stand up, stand over there, stand back there, stand wherever he wants. As long as he's coming forward most of the time, that is all good with me. Say my name. Hi, Danny. 24 to 44 is a huge drop. Hell, that could be even more realistic because if you think about what the Cowboys have done this offseason, they really are doing it for a year from now and not for this year. They're just like, hey, this year we'll see what Dak, CD, Micah, Tank, and them can do. They're not doing their very best to load them up for this year. So if you think of it that way, that this offseason has not been building for this year, it's been building for next year and flexibility, then a trade down where if you're going to take like a starting center anyway, a big trade down that adds a 1 next year, and you're going to have 4 comp picks next year, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and the dead money's going to be off the books. If you view this as a reload year, it probably makes even more sense to move back and party. Hell, it really makes sense for them to try to trade Dak. I saw his comments. Seems like he's done being cute and nice about it. The contract extension stuff where he's just kind of like, yeah, it's cool here. I like it, but, I could play wherever. It'll be fun. Got a bad feeling about this year's defense. Well, let's think about it. This year's defense, your pass rush should be good. Your corners, if no one hurts, is good. Your safeties is fine. Your linebackers are very meh. I think they'll be okay. That's the thing, is even with the offseason that we're all going to bitch about, and I'm going to bitch about because they're not taking their best crack at contending this year, they're not going to be bad on defense. And they're certainly not going to be bad on offense unless they absolutely cannot block. But if you have Dak and CD, they're going to score. They always do. Can you give your expert opinion on our DB room? We'll be looking back next year saying we should have got a dude. Yeah, your DB room, if everybody's healthy, is good. Your DB room, if anybody gets hurt, is in trouble, is what's happening. Like, you got depth at safety, that's fine. You have no depth at corner. If you lose Lewis, Bland, or Diggs, or if Diggs isn't back to form yet, they in trouble. But can you really afford to go get a 4th corner that is, you're getting ready to be your 3rd corner a year from now, when you also don't have, the only way you can try to fill all these needs is if they're really ready to give a Sim Richards a shot at being your starting left tackle and Brock Hoffman a shot at being your starting center. If you said our offensive linemen are already here, it changes everything. And we can do a lot. But they don't really think that, and you can tell that by their 30 visits to their facility, which is a bunch of the best tackles and all of the best centers. They're telling you they don't think they're good enough there, but if they wanted to try it, you could just run out those guys, and then we could start drafting and talking about, well, maybe take a corner here and a receiver here, and we could start having lots of fun in the draft. But linebacker, running back, O-line are legit most important needs. And here's the problem with that. I am a believer in positional value. If 2 of your first 3 picks go to linebacker or running back, even if they hit, if somebody around you picks a left tackle in that range that hits, they made a better pick than you did. If somebody around there gets a wide receiver or a corner that hits, they made a better pick than you did. It's quarterback is number 1, obviously. But after that, you got to factor that stuff in. The fact that they missed on Mozzie, at least so far, is compounded by the fact that even what they were swinging for, if they hit, wouldn't have been a huge hit. It would have been, oh, okay, we got a guy that helps us stop the run. Sweet. That's not a giant impact on your team. And they use their 1st-round pick on it. Ew. We have what we need already, but we want better. Yeah, I want better at all sorts of positions. They need all sorts of things. All sorts of things. My favorite ice cream is pistachio almond. I don't think I asked about ice cream today, but I do appreciate you throwing that out. If they took Byron Murphy, how would you feel? I'd feel wonderful about taking Byron Murphy because that is a defensive tackle that is also going to be disruptive and is going to sack the quarterback. I would love Byron Murphy. I don't think he makes it because I think he's the first defensive tackle off the board, but I would love to have him. That would be wonderful. I had something else that I saw that I wanted to talk about. Why do they value the comp picks so much? Because they're important. Comp picks are great. The question is, what do you do with them? Because there's 2 different ways that having a bunch of comp picks works, right? So right now the Cowboys would have 5 comp picks, but you can only have 4. So they'd have 5, 5, 5, 6. And they used what, 5s, or was one of them a 4? But like Stephon Gilmore, Brandon Cooks, guys like that. You can get that for a 5th round pick from a bad team. So a year from now, when you've cleared out the books, you could turn one of those 5s into a solid NFL starter. Or you could have a bunch of darts to throw at the board to try to find a guy at a valuable position that's going to be good for your football team and make absolutely nothing. And if you have more of those darts to throw, the odds of getting a hit on day 3 go up. So they are valuable, but I do think some people value them too much, and you should be trading them more often to go snag players. So you don't like what the Lions did with their 2-1s last year? It worked out. I mean, those were both good players. That's the balance. The balance is if you pick guys that are really, really, really good, you're not going to be mad about it. But if you pick guys at low value positions and it's a bust, it's a double whammy. I get it if you miss on a left tackle. I get it if you miss on a corner. I get it if you miss, but what the Cowboys miss was the worst miss ever. But no, I don't think the Lions are mad that they took Laporta and Gibbs. I think that worked out well for them. Turned out that they got really, really good players. You don't complain if you get the really, really good players. So yeah, there's a balance there. I want to pick the guy that's going to help my team the most, but I think positional value needs to be considered and be part of it. Is there something wrong with Keon Coleman? Keon Coleman scares me just because I'm out on guys that don't separate these days. Laquan Treadwell broke me. If you are not a wide receiver that gets open, I'm scared of you. So I wouldn't take him. I wouldn't take him early. Carrie's here. Freak Jesus. Do you like the Lions black unis coming back? I haven't seen them. Let's see. Lions uniforms. I love black uniforms, though. Oh, dude, that does look good. Yeah, that's hot. I like that a lot. They can pick Gibbs and Laporta because their line is already good. Yeah, I mean, you can, but I actually hate doing that too, where when you go, like the Cowboys have done that before. They're like, we're so good, we're picking special teamers. Don't do that. Foots would argue about that, Jeff. That's his guy. I know it's his guy, and he might be right. I just fear the wide receiver that doesn't separate. I'm scared of them. They terrify me. History tells us if you're a wide receiver that doesn't separate, you have to move to the slot to have NFL success. And is that what Keon Coleman's going to do? I doubt it. So who knows? Anyway, I just wanted to fart around, say hi to you guys, and talk a little draft because I wasn't doing anything else. I finished some yard work a little bit. I need to do way more of it, but that doesn't sound fun, so I'm not going to. So I'll do something else. I'll go watch TV. Thanks for hanging out with me. Make sure that you're subscribed, please. Anybody who's a member of the channel, thank you so much. I finally made a new Discord server where members get to hang out, and we just hang out and chat in there. I'm not going to pretend that there's great perks for being a member of the channel. You just get access to the little emojis, and we hang out in a Discord server because that's the things that I actually know how to do. It's just showing support for this stupid content creator who wants money. That's all. Needs money. Got a effing pool to pay off. Radio could end at any moment. So we got to do this stuff. We got to kick ass and take names. Remember, you have no idea what anyone's going through, so be cool to everyone. I love you. Be easy.